Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, government and the opposition continue to argue over Portmore parish plan. The start of the new parliamentary year reopened the old wounds with an intense political battle for and against the Portmore's parish status dominating agendas across the divide. Following the ceremonial opening of Parliament on Thursday, the government and the parliamentary opposition engaged in a tit-for-tat during back-to-back press conferences. The People's National Party, who came with a clear plan to denounce the government's use of its majority in the lower house on Tuesday to push through the bill to make Portmore the 15th parish, had an early start after supporters ardently chanted outside Gordon House that the move is self-serving for the government. The supporters, including Mayor of Spanish Town Norman Scott and other members of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, barreled down on the Jamaica Labour Party, accusing them of political gerrymandering and passing the bill without consulting Portmore dwellers. Opposition leader Mark Golding further detailed the opposition's concerns.
I think the idea is being sold on a false premise by the government, because Portmore doesn't currently have the amenities that one associates with a parish, and it will continue to rely on surrounding parishes for those amenities when it becomes a parish. It has been quite clear to us for a long time that this exercise is entirely a political manipulation exercise.
But the JLP went on the defense, making it clear that the government will not back down despite the opposition efforts. A tough-talking deputy leader, Desmond Mackenzie, rubbished the concerns, calling them a political ploy being used by an opposition that has run out of steam.
The government will not be moved by any mischief that will make, and we are going to be pushing back at the PNP because they must tell the country why they do not want Portmore to become the 15th parish of Jamaica. They must come out and say, don't tell me about consultations. I have repeated, we have had several consultations in Portmore. We have had several meetings. Citizens associations, interest groups have been meeting. And all the concerns that they are raising about Portmore, I will, when I speak in the sectorial debate, be making further announcements as to how we're going to improve Portmore and the things that are going to be done. It is a political ploy that is being used by the opposition. They have run out of steam.
Mr. Mackenzie also sought to address concerns about infrastructure that is present across all parishes and their capitals. He contended that the only mandatory infrastructure for a parish is a court, which is already present in Portmore. Undocumented Jamaican slapped with fentanyl trafficking charges in U.S. A 32-year-old Jamaican national remains in custody at the Bay County Jail in Florida, United States, this after being arrested on charges related to fentanyl trafficking. Lucian Jerome Daly has been charged with trafficking in fentanyl, more than 28 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. According to a statement from the Bay County Sheriff Tommy Ford on Monday, Daly overstayed his visa and was in the country illegally. Reports are that the Jamaican was taken into custody on February 7, 2025 after a search warrant was executed at his residence on Fernwood Street in Panama City Beach. The arrest was the culmination of a narcotics investigation led by the Special Investigations Division of the Bay County Sheriff's Office. When investigators arrived at Daly's residence, he reportedly attempted to flee on foot but was quickly apprehended. A search of the premises uncovered approximately 566.2 kilograms or 1 pound and 4 ounces of fentanyl in both a pressed pill and a powder form, the Bay County Sheriff's Office stated. It added that Daly's criminal history in Bay County dates back to 2023. He was subsequently arrested and charged with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement having placed a detainer on him. Firearm and ammunition seized during raid in Rasta Corner, Clarendon. The Clarendon police seized a .380 revolver containing 2 rounds of ammunition during an operation in Rasta Corner, Maypen in the parish on Thursday, February 13. Reports from the Maypen police are that at about 12:30 p.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. During the search, the firearm and ammunition was seen at the rear of the premises. No one was arrested in relation to this seizure. Investigation continues. Firearms Act to be amended to include plea negotiations. The government intends to introduce tough new legislation this year to crack down on organized crime and firearm offenses. This was outlined in the throne speech delivered by Custos of Kingston, Stedman Fuller, during the ceremonial opening of the Parliament on Thursday morning. Custos Fuller, who was deputizing for Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, said the government remains committed to reducing major crimes, improving public order, and enhancing public safety. He added that significant progress has been made in modernizing Jamaica's anti-crime policies and the legislative framework to achieve these goals in accordance with the Plan Secure Jamaica.
The amendments to the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency Act and the Interception of Communications Act have strengthened investigative tools, enabling more effective action against organized crime and firearm offenses. The Jamaica Eye CCTV network is expanding, and the C5 Security Business Solution contract is advancing data-driven policing. For the 2025-2026 year, legislative priorities include updates to the Firearm Act to include a framework for plea negotiation, among other things. This is consequent to the effectiveness of the new mandatory minimum penalty, which has increased the level of interest among accused persons in entering guilty pleas.
Government targets $1 billion from traffic tickets. The government plans to collect over $1 billion from traffic fines in the 2025-2026 budget, which was tabled in Parliament on Thursday. According to the estimates of expenditure, the Ministry of National Security is set to receive $450 million in appropriations in aid from traffic ticket fines. Appropriations in aid refers to government revenue collected from specific sources such as fines and fees, which is used directly by ministries instead of being placed in the general budget. The portion earmarked for the ministry will be used for the general maintenance and the minor repairs of police stations across the island. Additionally, $400 million has been allocated to the Ministry of Justice for the maintenance and refurbishment of courthouses. The Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport will receive $45 million for public relations and communications, following a cabinet decision on November 25, 2024, approving the use of traffic ticket revenue for this purpose, something that had never been done before. Another $136 million has been set aside to promote and develop the transport sector. 2 budget cycles ago, in 2023-2024, appropriations in aid from traffic ticket fines were budgeted at $635 million. The amount moved to $800 million in the 2024-2025 budget period, which ends on March 31. The government is projecting spending of $1.3 trillion for the fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.